All right, team. I'll share my screen. So hope you can see my screen, right, Matt?
I certainly can. I certainly
Okay.
can.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining with us today, session two, episode two. We have Matt, but before that, I would like to quickly introduce ourselves. So this is our Salesforce Marketing Cloud Bootcamp, which is conducting by Marketing Cloud Singapore team. So we have more than 70 plus sessions across a variety of Salesforce Marketing Cloud products. So the topics covering from basic setup to advanced custom development, cross cloud integrations, CDP personalizations, Datorama, and all this stuff, which include the use cases along with the industry best practices and the demos as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't be able to provide you the demo org, but we will, as much as we can try ourselves to explain in a neat way for each product standpoint. Once again, thank you for joining. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning as well from different people joining from different regions. And we have some housekeeping rules. During the session, you can use the chat box. You could just post your questions and answers in chat box. And after the post session, if you still have any questions, so that you could just scan this QR code and then you can ask questions to a speaker. And we have our YouTube channel where we already uploaded the session one recording. You can scan this QR code to visit the channel, and then you could see the first session recording as well. And you could see all the future sessions. If you look at the future sessions currently, we updated all the CDP sessions, and the entire March calendar has been updated. It contains almost like 8 to 9 CDP sessions, which include the normal as usual marketing cloud sessions as well. All right, please feel free to join to learn something from our community. And today, episode two, we have Matt Cameron, and he's going to explain about how to start a career in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So we have our introductions, and after that, I'll hand it over to Matt, and after that, Matt will explain how a person can start a career in Marketing Cloud, and he can take you through what are all the best resources, how we can prepare for a Marketing Cloud event specialist exam, and we could update the next session details along with the quiz as well, where a winner will get a certification voucher, and these winners will be announced at the end of every month on a separate banner. So this is our organizing team. So we have Abhishek Nagar, and he's the SFMC technical lead and investment. Vishal Chawla, we have solution architect. Prashant, Salesforce technical lead, and myself, a chief technology evangelist, uh, based out of Singapore. So this is what we are team. We've complete organizing team today, and I'm handing it over to Matt. So Matt, uh, over to you, and the entire podium is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll share my screen.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, I can see your screen. Thank you.
Fantastic. Vinny, so we run through this. I won't be looking at the screen for the group. So if there's any chat here, could you and anything that needs to be brought to my attention, can you just mention it to me, please? Throughout this presentation, we're going to use a product called Haha Slides. I use this product to help with presentations and to encourage a little bit of engagement during those presentations. Could be a little bit dry if I sit here and talk to you about Marketing Cloud for the next however long without you having the opportunity to sort of provide some feedback. It's also good for me to know that you're listening, to know that there are people here. So just give us a moment to join throughout the presentation. This code will be on the side as well. And yes, please give hearts. Please give hearts. It's always appreciated. I can see that we've got 8 people joined here now, and we've got 30 people on the call. So we might just kick off. Hello. This slide here, I'm just going to play it. It's just a My Marketing Cloud Minute. And just remember the word My Marketing Cloud Minute, Marketing Cloud Minute. My name's Matt Cameron, and I help people connect with digital marketing. My digital marketing journey has been an evolution of testing, discovering, trying new things to see what works well to connect. I think the best advice I can give to anyone getting started with digital marketing is to just get started. And one of the ways that you can do that is just with a blog, personal blog, and an email newsletter. You start sending emails out, you'll get feedback from your audience about what works and what doesn't. As a Salesforce Marketing Cloud community group lead, my biggest takeaway from all of that experience is just how awesome the community is. Reach out if you've got any questions or if there's anything I can do to help. So that's my Marketing Cloud Minute, and I just want to share that with you. And we'll be talking more about Marketing Cloud Minutes as we work through this. It'll make sense as we go along. So I mentioned before, I am a community group lead of the Salesforce Marketing Cloud Developers Group. Myself and Elliot Harper, about 10 years ago, started the group. That was well before Trailblazers or anything else. We were on Meetup at the time. And we based ourselves, we both were in Melbourne, Australia at the time. So we started. Since then, the group has now got a global audience. We've got 2,400 people in the chapter of the Trailblazer group, another 2,400 on the YouTube channel. And I think we just clocked over 12,000 people in the LinkedIn group. And the purpose of the group is to help people learn, share, and mentor Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And everything's done from the developer's perspective. So that's who I am in the community. I'm also a Salesforce Marketing Cloud solution architect, and I've been working with Marketing Cloud since the Exact Target days. And I've been working in digital marketing for a long, long time. But yeah, so that's me. So I'm a solution architect at DXC. If you'd like to continue the conversation with me, here are the places you can find me. At Matt Cameron on Twitter. There's my email. My blog is Influencer Tips, and there's the LinkedIn connection, LinkedIn URL, and you'll see that this slide again at the end. Okay, now, a good friend of mine, Key, is going to share some tips on how you can get a career in Salesforce Marketing Cloud.
Hi there, my name is Key Lee, and I'm the Marketing Cloud Capability Lead at DXC. What I'm going to share with you today are 3 soft skills that I look for in a new hire. Firstly, are you a nice person? Will you do the right thing, even if it's not advantageous to you? For example, you're rushing to a meeting, but will you stop to help an old person to cross the road if they need help? Secondly, are you a good communicator? Our job requires us to share information, so I want you to be a good communicator. Can you clearly and succinctly share complex information to different audience types and make sure they understand it? And thirdly, how's your customer service? Our job is to deliver great services to customers. Will you go above and beyond when needed to ensure customer success? So these are the 3 soft skills that I look for. I wish you the very best with your Marketing Cloud journey.
And I guess the key there that Key's talking about is that soft skills are really important. I love this slide. 85% of it's all about the soft skills, and really 15% of it's about the hard skills. So soft skills and hard skills for getting started with Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Key talked about how important the not so technical stuff is, and they're the transferable skills that'll help you get started with Marketing Cloud. So what are the soft Salesforce Marketing Cloud skills? Well, they're not soft cuddly toys or the characters from Salesforce that we're so used to. They are, and we'll see those in a minute on this quiz, and I'll start the quiz now. They are these topics. Now, we've got 90 seconds, and if you haven't logged in, now's the time to log in. So get ready. These are the skills. The first skill is listening. The second skill, and this is just the top 5, there's probably others, is smiling. Because if you can't smile and have a little bit of fun while you're doing it, then there's no point doing it. Now, on your smartphone, make a vote you feel is the best right skill. Like I said, there's no right answers, but make a vote. And now I'm not seeing too many votes come through. I can see that 11 people are online participating at the moment, but please, on your phone, click on the skill that you think is the most right skill. Now I've just gone to my phone and I'm going to click on what I think the most important skill is. We'll see that come through. So we're not going to see the results until the end, I guess. So tenacity. Tenacity is a really good skill. Tenacity is a good skill because it's what we need to keep going. It keeps us glued into what we're doing. Collaborating. Then we've done this before. It's a very popular answer for this. And contributing. Contributing is obviously being able to give something back to the community. And a lot of this presentation is about collaboration and contributing. 3, 2, 1. Let's see the results. Time's up. What did we get? And that doesn't surprise me about collaborating. It's awesome to see that that number's come through again. So the superpower that everyone reckons is the best one to have is collaborating. Thanks for playing along. One of my friends, Chai, is going to just share a few words about how he got started with his Salesforce Marketing Cloud journey. Chai's been a developer for, I think, 18 months, 2 years now.
I'm Chai, and I started learning about Salesforce roughly about 3 years ago. Then started working as a Salesforce CRM admin, non-profit volunteering with the non-profit organizations, and then switched over to Marketing Cloud over a year ago. And now I work as a Marketing Cloud developer. And my journey has been an awesome learning for me. Like it's like riding a bicycle. I just have to keep riding so I don't lose the balance. So
I love
yeah.
that analogy. I really like that analogy.
Oh, thanks. No, it's true. Like there's so much to learn. There's so much to upskill there. So because I thought like okay, I learned Marketing Cloud. And now what? It doesn't end there. Like Marketing Cloud. Then now I'm preparing for my Pardot specialist. And after Pardot, there's CDP and Datarama. There's a lot of stuff. So learning never ends. And yeah, before switching to IT, I was working in retail sector. I worked there for more than 10 years. And yeah, at some point I realized my passion for technology, and I had a bachelor's degree as well in technology. And so it was time I made the switch, and I'm glad I did make the switch.
Thanks, Chai. We'll hear also from one of my good friends and another community group lead for the Salesforce Marketing Cloud Developers Group, Lakshmi.
Lakshmi Pavni, and I'm a successful trailblazer in the Melbourne community, both Revenue Cloud or Marketing Cloud or CPQ, whatever it is. But I'm working as an associate consultant in Jarvis, and I'm a person who is fascinated about Marketing Cloud. Still looking for it. Learn more.
What's your tip? What's your tip for everyone that wants to get?
Don't stop asking questions.
And what's your, okay, say that again.
Don't stop asking questions or favor. There is no harm. Either it's a no or it's yes, right? So I always, whenever I asked you for volunteering in Marketing Cloud, I feel a bit like, how can I say? I feel a bit odd or, awkward. Why am I asking Matt? Am I troubling him? But okay, let me check again. If there is a yes, we will miss it, right? If I don't ask that. So I feel good whenever I ask a question. If it is a no, I will ask it again. If not, then I will close that question there. Yeah.
So I think, and right now, and before I say what I was about to say, please scan the code and join. Please join so we can get some more words on this page. I think the two takeaways I've got from Lakshmi and Chai is that, and certainly with Lakshmi, both, it's tenacity and smiley. It just comes across, and just sticking with it. It's not easy. Just working out how to blaze your trail, working out how to make it work for you, just working through it. And reaching out, like Lakshmi said, reach out, ask questions. If the person you're asking questions doesn't give you an answer, find somebody else. Don't say it's me. Just keep persevering and working through it, because it's the only way to learn, and it's the only way to sort it all out. And it's just the process. I do it all the time. I'm always reaching out to people. How does this work? What makes that happen? It's just nobody knows anything. One of my favorite things to say is that we're all experts. Everyone in the room's an expert, because it's who we are and what makes it work. Now, I've got a few more responses here. In a word, how does it make you feel when you're listened to? Now, some of the words we have here are included. It's a popular one: happy, encouraged, motivated, empowered, valued. There's a lot of words there. Important. You feel amazing. You feel part of a discussion. So one of our super skills was listening. And that's how you feel when you've been listened to. But what I'd like you to do also is just flip this around. And when somebody's sharing something with you, they're on social media, they're presenting, tell them about how you feel, about how it made you feel listening to them. Because when you do that, you motivate them, you make them happy, you encourage them to do more of what they're doing. You help make them feel respected. These are all valuable feelings. And when we share these, it helps us connect. So super happy. I love super happy. I really do. So I'm not going to go off this slide until people stop participating, because there's some great ideas coming up here. Are there any more ideas? Any more thoughts? Cared. Validated. So we feel this when we're listened to, and when we listen to others, and when we're shown that we've listened to others. This is how people feel when we show them that respect, that connection. So, and it's also a great way of connecting with people. I want to get my Marketing Cloud journey started. How do I do it? I've got to ask questions. Do these things, because it's going to make a great deal of difference. Like I said, I'm not going to go off this slide until people stop typing. So we've still got participants typing. We've still got people sharing ideas, energized, adding value, a path. Might move on now. Okay, so we've been talking about soft skills for a while. So let's start looking at a customer journey, because that's what Marketing Cloud's all about. It's about talking with customers. So let's tell a welcoming customer journey. And we'll do the customer journey thing. Okay. So as a marketing manager, I want to send an email to new customers so that they feel welcomed. So that's a user story. And that's come from the Salesforce Marketing Cloud Marketing Manager. As a database analyst, I want Salesforce Marketing Cloud to consume new and updated customer records when they're available. And that's come from our database analyst. And you, as a Salesforce Marketing Cloud dev, I want to set up an automation to send emails to new customers when there are new records in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So we've just had a look at 3 stories there, user stories. Hey, guess what? We've just been listening to the stories. We're still practicing soft skills. And these are soft skills that you can get anywhere. They're not just about Marketing Cloud, but this is all part of being a developer, being part of understanding how to do development. Listening to user stories, turning those user stories into technical stories, and then being able to come up with some acceptance criteria and test on those. It's all part of their skills. So did I just describe soft skills or hard skills? I think we're still talking about soft skills. So we're still getting towards that customer journey and how to do that, but we're still on soft skills. It's just so important to be able to listen and really listen to understand. So here's our hard skill part of it. And really, like we said at the beginning, 15% is hard skills, but the rest of it's all soft skills. So in Marketing Cloud, we're going to create an automation. And these are the considerations for that automation. There'll be an import activity, there'll be a sendable data extension, and we'll send an email. So they're the hard skills that we've got to learn. How to import a file, how to map, and that's obviously going to include some mapping to a data extension, how to do a query on that data extension, and then how to send an email. And obviously part of the email process is the content that we need to set up for that email. So one of the problems and one of the issues that we're all going to come up against with getting started with Marketing Cloud is, where's our sandbox? How do I get started? How do I get my hands on in the platform? And it's not going to be possible. So unless you're with a partner or you've got access at your business to Marketing Cloud, it's going to be very difficult to get experience with Marketing Cloud. I'm just going to get back to that previous slide and just revisit these three things. We've got an import activity, we've got a query that's required for the sendable data extension, and we've got a send email or a responsive email. So there's three things there that are important to understand. But at a high level, we're talking about SQL. We're talking about how to write a responsive email. And we're talking in terms of the content for that email about how to do some scripting. Now, in Marketing Cloud, we've got a couple of scripting languages. We've got one for inside the email called AMP script. And then we've got another called server-side JavaScript. Now, learning JavaScript or having a good functional understanding of how JavaScript works, it's going to put you in good stead as a transferable skill for getting started with Marketing Cloud. Being able to do a responsive email, the considerations for the HTML that's required to make a responsive email work, that's going to be important too. So SQL, JavaScript, and responsive emails. If I had to say what are the three top most hard skills that would be beneficial, that would be the three. So how to get experience in Salesforce Marketing Cloud? Really hard. We can go on the trailheads, we can watch those, but nothing like a bit of hands-on. So next up, we're going to hear from a friend of mine. Oh, this hasn't popped up. I was hoping that next up we hear from a friend of mine called Mandy. I'm just going to no, we will skip that. What Mandy had to say though is that we've got to look outside of Marketing Cloud for options about where we can access the functionality that we want to learn about. So there's other platforms which provide options for that. And it's important to go out and have a look at those. It's a shame that Mandy's video didn't come up. So as we started this presentation, we had our Marketing Cloud Minute. And we've talked about listening, and we've talked about those transferable skills with listening. And as you're learning right through this process, you really do get an opportunity to learn and share your learning to help others. What I'm going to do is share something Cameron Roberts shared with me about this process. And a lot of this has got to do with as you learn, you learn. It's actually a thing. It's called learn, do, learn, share. And as you work through that process, you refine your skills and you create contacts, you help others. So start with learning, be prepared to share. And as you share, you get better at what you do because you do a presentation. You've got to really have it nutted out in your head. As you do that, then you can share your expertise and share that with the world. If you don't share what you're doing, nobody's going to know anything about it. And if you're trying to get started with Marketing Cloud and you don't have any experience with Marketing Cloud, it's hard. So have the transferable skills, have a portfolio of blog posts, of articles on that again. Now, I'm sure everyone here, if you haven't already come across Cameron, then look him up. He's constantly sharing and he's got a wealth of information. But here are a couple of words from Cameron about the importance of sharing.
G'day there, my name is Cameron Robert and I'm a solution architect for Salesforce. I want to share with you my ways of learning Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Now, it's my opinion that the best way to learn Marketing Cloud is to share what you learn. As you solve a new function or you learn a new feature, don't just keep it to yourself. Show someone else, present it at a group meeting, save it on a blog or record a YouTube video. Because when you record it or share it with others, it doesn't just help to reinforce your own learning, but it also helps to share and teach others, inspire people in the community to learn more about Marketing Cloud. And through that, you'll make more connections in the ecosystem. People will reach out and talk to you about what you've done and what you've solved. They'll begin to challenge your ideas and show you new ways of solving things, which will further improve your own learning capacity. So in my opinion, make sure that as you're learning, you don't just keep it to yourself, share it with others. It's the best way to learn Marketing Cloud and to keep growing your ecosystem. Have fun learning Marketing Cloud.
Thanks, Cameron. So we can share, we can coach, we've got knowledge. All these things go into the whole teaching experience and sharing experience. So don't be the same as everyone else. It doesn't have to be a video. It doesn't have to be an article. Put a question up, answer a question, just get involved, do your own thing. But become involved. And I think that's the key takeaway with what Cameron shared with us. Share your learning experience. So Marketing Cloud Dev Group, we've been running for some time. We've got lots of tips on the group itself that we've compiled. This is just a slide showing all the people that have done the tips there. If you go to Salesforce Marketing, the initials, sfmcdg.org, you'll see all the videos that we've done in the past, and there'll be tips from the community. There's just a collection of those tips here. So almost to the end. So how can you collaborate and contribute with a Marketing Cloud Minute? Then you've seen a couple of Marketing Cloud Minutes so far, and they are really an easy way to share. But how does it work? So do an introduction. It's like, hi, my name's Matt Cameron, and I help people connect with digital marketing. Share an interesting fact. Share what makes a difference, why it matters, and then have some sort of call to action at the end. You can find me on LinkedIn or I'm on Twitter here. And if you would like help with that, I'm here to help because scan this code in and let's continue that discussion around how to make a Marketing Cloud Minute if that's something that you're interested in doing. Okay, so back to quiz time. And we are at the end now. So let's I'll just reload this onto my screen. So haven't done this before, but what have you found helpful on your Salesforce Marketing Cloud journey? So is there something that you've found that's helped you? Now, there's no wrong answers here. All the answers will just go up on the screen. And we'll keep adding to this. This won't be the last time that we ask these questions. As I said, we run this presentation every month for people getting started with Marketing Cloud to help break the ice and get a conversation started around how that works. So we've got one so far. Good. If we go down, approachable trailblazer community. So we've got two there. We've got three. We've got good again. Are there any other things that you've found helpful on your Salesforce Marketing Cloud journey? Now, I know that because this is a how to get started with Marketing Cloud presentation or session, we might not be at that place where we really understand what's really helpful for starting with Marketing Cloud. But have we got some ideas? How did you find out about Marketing Cloud? Was there somebody that you spoke to? We've got some participants typing there. Just a shame that Mandy's video didn't come up earlier. I might just do a quick check and see if I can get that organised whilst we're talking. I'm adding our contributions there. Joining boot camps and training sessions. Let's talk a little bit more about that in Q&A, about the best place to find those. I'm sure that there'll be a good open conversation we can have around that and around where to find resources for those. How do we find boot camps and training sessions? Simple and easy approach and good. Approachable trailblazer community. And we've got good again. Just wait until the typing's finished. Like I said, there's no wrong answers here. And don't be worried about sharing, because even little ideas are the things that make things work. What we make an assumption about might not be what everyone else understands, and it helps people on their journey when we do share these thoughts. Helpful for understanding business requirements. Helpful trailblazer in the ecosystem, YouTube videos and bootcamp recordings. So we might talk some more about that when we go into Q&A, where to find YouTube's the best blogs and the best articles. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so we had at the beginning contact details for myself. So if you'd like to continue the conversation separately to this, reach out to me on Twitter here. Feel very welcome to email, visit my blog. Every week I have something interesting to post. I do get a newsletter out on a weekly basis with what's resonated with me in the community, and it's just really sharing what sort of makes sense to me in the digital marketing environment, our tech environment, and certainly feel very welcome to reach out on LinkedIn and connect. And wow, I'm not quite sure about this slide, but it's come up saying all that sort of stuff, and we've got some confetti going. So isn't that awesome at the end of the presentation? I am just going to go back and see if I'd really love to play Mandy's presentation. Just see if we can get that. Maybe it was glitching on the internet. No, it should be displaying there. Oh well. Thanks for following along.
Hey Matt, thank you so much for the wonderful session. I think definitely our audience is quite impressed with the way that what you have ran the session with the questions, as well as the sharing experiences with other trailblazers as well. Many thanks once again. Audience, any questions to Matt? Is there anything that you would like to ask Matt? Just feel free to pose the questions into chat option. So he'll take it up, and then.
Well, whilst we're doing that, I might just work out what happened with Mandy's slide, because what she has to say is really important. So could you collect those questions?
Okay, let me ask a question, Matt. So ideally, to become a marketing cloud developer or an admin, or I'm a person who doesn't know about marketing cloud, and due to the factor of the industry, is one of the number one industry in the market, and there are plenty of jobs across the regions. So, as a person like me without any experience, so what is the best way that I can start learning with? Is there any resources that I can go and then start doing it? So, what are your recommendations to start with?
Then I'd reach out to a Marketing Cloud dev group or user group in your area. And if you can't find one in your area, then I'd just reach out globally, and I'd start engaging with those communities. There's always going to be Q&A. There's always going to be an opportunity to ask questions. There's also always going to be an opportunity to put your hand up and say, I can help. 80% of what happens at a user group meeting is done outside of the meeting. So an event, there's a lot of organisation, a lot of talking, and that's a great way to get involved. So if you're really keen on helping and learning, put your hand up and get involved. I know with Lakshmi, recently she became a community group lead. She's actually been doing work in the community in the dev group for many years. It just made sense for that to formalise, but she's keen on learning Marketing Cloud. She's still not in Marketing Cloud yet. That opportunity hasn't presented. She's working as a functional consultant, which is a great way of getting started. And we didn't talk too much about pathways. We really looked at it from a dev perspective. But your pathway in, you've got a goal. You may not even land in Marketing Cloud at the end of it. It doesn't really matter. But your destination right at the moment's there. What can you do to get there? And it might just mean becoming a functional consultant, working on more of the core product, and looking out for opportunities, because there's a lot of crossover, especially with CDP and some other products there. So yeah, I'd just say get involved. One place that you can definitely go on to the Trailblazer groups on I will share my screen. Salesforce Marketing Cloud devgroup.org. We've I'm just going to presenter mode, share screen. We put this is the Salesforce Marketing Cloud awesome list of links. And we're talking about this during the presentation. These are all the recordings that we've done over time with the dev group. But at the top, we can click on here and we can see all the dev group events that are occurring in the Asia Pacific area. Now, this doesn't include Pardot events, so we might need to update this to include Pardot. At the moment, it's just Marketing Cloud groups. We can click here to see what's happening in Europe, Middle East. So this is showing us all these events that are going on. So this is a great resource. If you just want to look around, you'll see what's coming up, the dates, you see the topics, and it'll just give you an opportunity. Okay, I can drop in on that. I might learn something about, in this case, in Sweden. We're going to dive into an interesting case and more. Grab your Marketing Cloud friends and colleagues. So a bit of a case study review by the looks of it there. And let's see what's happening in the rest of the world. So we'll just scroll back up. But maybe we should have Pardot included in this list. It wasn't top of mind when we put this together. So we've got, here's an event. Mike will be talking about some of the out-of-the-box features which are provided to enhance emails with interactive content. So it sounds like it'll be Google AMP, AMP, not to be confused with Marketing Cloud AMP script, but Google AMP, talking about that, which will be interesting. It's an implementation series that's been run here on Journey Builder and Automation Studio. So Salesforce Marketing, SFMCDG.org. Great resource for finding user groups that are talking about stuff. And as those meetings happen, there'll always be an opportunity for Q&A. It's your opportunity to ask questions and do that listening stuff that we talked about. Vinay, Vishal, should we include Pardot groups on that page as well?
Sure. Thanks, Matt. That really helped a lot.
Note to self. I'll let you know when we got part out in there. We do have to create a list of those. I'll just make a note. May not happen tomorrow, but it will happen, I promise.
Sure, definitely. So Prashant asked a couple of questions, Matt, in the chat. So he asked 4 to 5 questions. So the first question would be: among the studios, which one would an entry level should choose to start with?
Email.
Okay.
Definitely email. Marketing Cloud is about email studio, but it's about email marketing. So you would start with emails, and what we talked about with an automation is a data extension, which is just a table. Marketing Cloud has a SQL Server built into it. It's not prescriptive with how it needs to be organized. It's quite flexible. You haven't got a data model like you've got in the core Salesforce product. You've got a lot of flexibility about how you set things up. So it's sort of designed that way on purpose, so it can be mapped against the systems that exist in an enterprise business. And all of that, it's really just about sending emails out or SMS. And it's about a platform, about being able to use the platform to get data into your data model inside Marketing Cloud. Don't want to dive too deeply into that, but into a data extension or a table. There's an import activity for that, or you could use a connector with core product, or you could use APIs for that to insert data into that data extension. There's going to be a query to prepare the data for a send. Journey Builder is good to use, but Automation Studio is going to be one of the go-to automation products in Marketing Cloud that you'll be using a lot of, even with Journey Builder, and that's part of Email Studio. You've got the data into the platform. You're assembling those automations, these tasks. We shared that screen before, and I'll just go back to it. Share screen. So we're talking about what's core. I'll just go into present mode. So automation. So this is all inside Email Studio. We've got the automation, which is the automation builder, but it's just part of Email Studio. Essentially, it's an automation studio, but it's really part of that Email Studio. We've got the import activity, which is an activity that can be used inside automation. We've got the data extensions, which is really part of Email Studio as well. That's where the data resides. We've got queries. So that's the SQL. So we're selecting information, we're selecting records and projecting them to a data extension that we can use for a send. And then we've got the send email, or we could have a send SMS. So yeah, I'd definitely be looking at Email Studio.
All right. Thanks, Matt. So other question would be from Akash. So what would your recommendations to an entry-level professional looking for a job opportunity in the SFMC space?
That depends. It depends on what your skills are. Quite often I say to people, the functional consultant route is a good route to take. It really depends. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be working on product, or do you want to be working with a partner? I work with a partner. I always have worked with partners, and it's a different sort of experience to working on a product. So you might work at a bank or insurance company. You're working on products, so you've got a different set of skills that you need to have in that environment. But look, if you wanted to have a good go-to starting position, I'd be looking at assistant functional consultant, junior functional, graduate functional consultant. That'll give you an opportunity to see processes, look at user stories, look at how they're converted into technical stories, understand how testing works, all the soft skills. Be a good listener, be somebody that's trying to nut stuff out. And as you do that, you're going to get your hands on the tools, into the tools, and you're going to start really understanding how stuff works. And that's going to create opportunities for you. So I suppose that was my long answer. My quick answer is become a functional consultant.
All right. Thanks, Matt. I think we don't have much questions on. So we don't have much questions, Matt. Thanks for joining. And I know it's late night in Australia. I would believe it's 9 o'clock, 9:19.
Oh, it's only 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so
Early.
request you to take some time, take some break as well. So I know it's a weekend, and thank you for putting all the efforts for our team. And of course, it is really good session for us to So we have so many sessions have been lined up, and I would request to take some more sessions. It's really good the way you interact with the team as well. Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to following what's happening in the future sessions. So far, with what's been presented, and I know what's on the agenda, it's a big effort. It's a big undertaking, but you're doing everything that we've talked about. You're sharing, you're connecting, and you're helping, and that's all that we can ever do. And through doing that, it just helps us all. So, thank you.
Thank you, Matt. I think I'll take next slides, and we'll start the quiz team in the next couple of seconds. So, Amini, there is no hands-on, especially for now for the marketing clouds. Unfortunately, it's all functional knowledge for everyone to start learning with. So that's the way we started doing a boot camp. So it gives a lot of functional knowledge for everyone. If you go through all the sessions of us, you can see every session which we covered, which include the basics, which include architecture, which include all the contact stuff, everything. But soon, so Marketing Cloud is going to introduce the hands-on org for all the people who are struggling or who are really wanted to learn something like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. Yeah. So that is what Shakti like. So we don't have any trial environments beginners to learn with. So Salesforce is going to introduce in the next couple of months. It's in the road line, it's in the pipeline as well. And the roadmap has been quite hectic for other product teams. But definitely we were all expecting something from Salesforce to give a trial of marketing.
That is such good news.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 5 or 6 years ago since they had
Exactly.
introduced that, and no, it's just such great news. Please keep me on the loop. I haven't heard that yet. It's still coming down the grapevine to me. But please let me know. Keep me informed about what's happening with that, because it's awesome news. We need to share with the whole community.
Yep. Thanks, Matt. So team, for every last session of every month, so we're gonna give one Trailblazer hoodie for a winner through a session quiz, and we are collecting all the winners across the sessions. And let's take an example. In a month, we are conducting 10 sessions, so we will give all the 10 winners with the combination of hoodies and the trial and the certification vouchers as well. So please feel free to join for all the sessions so that you learn something. At the same time, you could use the vouchers to apply an exam that gives a lot of gates for people like you to enter into the global world of Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And the one more thing, the Marketing Cloud Champion program has been started now. So it has been kickstarted 18th of this month. So we have the enrollments have been opened up. And if anyone wants to see a trailblazer who's really active in community and then loves sharing knowledge, loves helping others blaze the trail, and they want to make any global impact. So if you feel anyone in your circle or in your career that wakes you up for dreaming your company, dreaming your job, and all the stuff, just to nominate them by Feb 17. So we have a deadline for Feb 17, and then there is a link here. I'm going to post that link. So requesting everyone to nominate one of your trailblazer who put a lot of efforts for trailblazer community, especially on the marketing side, right? So we have a quiz, and thank you once again for joining with us. So I'll start the quiz, and don't forget. So tomorrow we have one more session. This is really important for all the functional consultants or a business analyst or someone pre-sales or pre-sales functional teams want to start and looking at what is the digital marketing program governance. For every implementation, the governance model is really important. And tomorrow, I would like to talk about the governance process for a marketing cloud. And I would like to talk about the implementation overview. So, how many resources are required, the skill set, the timelines. So, what are all the best tools that we can leverage, and everything that I would like to talk about it. So, we can catch up tomorrow at the same time, 5:30. So, don't be miss any session. So, this is a really good session as well. Thank you. Let's start quiz. Right. So, I'll start quiz. So this is a game pin. So I would request everyone to go and then join this game pin, or just scan the QR code as well. So I have just entered different teams. Yeah, nevertheless, I'll find a way. So just let me know if you feel any other problems. So quickly join team so that I log the session in the next 1 minute. Just an apologies. I think I've chosen the teams. I think just give me 1 second, team. So I'll stop requesting you to join this. I'll close this down. So I'll share my screen again. Please rejoin to this game, please. I've chosen the wrong teams, and this is the players that you have to select. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the apologies. You can just join this campaign. Sorry, I was quite new to this, so I've just chosen teams as a one, but this is the right one that I have to pick. So before that, what I'll do is I'll just stop recording.